Listen to me carefully. You've been lied to. You've been told that it's okay to sit around, drown in your feelings, and cry about how life is unfair. You've been told that emotions are your compass, that you should feel your way through life. But let me tell you something that might hurt. Your feelings are the very reason you're stuck, broke, and miserable right now. You feel tired, so you stop working. You feel sad, so you stop trying. You feel scared, so you never take the risk that could change your life. And then you wonder why you're behind, why the world keeps kicking you while you're down. I'm here to wake you up because nobody else will. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody cares about your feelings. The world respects results, not emotions. Your boss doesn't care that you're tired, the bank doesn't care that you're sad, and life doesn't care that you've been through hard times. You want respect. You want money. You want freedom, then leave the feelings to the girls. The trap of comfort is killing you. You want to sleep a little longer, scroll a little more, play one more game. You let every emotion dictate your actions: boredom, laziness, fear. You think you deserve a break. No, you don't deserve a break until you've built the life you want. Men aren't built to live soft, comfortable lives. You're supposed to struggle, to face challenges, to suffer, because that's what forges strength. Your ancestors fought wars with swords, built cities with their bare hands, hunted food to survive, and you complain because you had to wake up early for work. You cry because someone said something mean on the internet. Stop acting weak. Stop living like your feelings matter more than your future. Here's the truth. Winners act based on discipline, not emotion. You think the champion boxer feels like training every day. You think the successful entrepreneur feels like working 60 days while everyone else is partying. No, they do it anyway. Discipline is doing what you know you must do, no matter how you feel. You're tired. Work anyway. You're sad. Work anyway. You're scared. Work anyway. Every time you obey your feelings, you weaken yourself. Every time you disobey them, you get stronger, and that strength compounds. It turns into confidence, wealth, respect. That's how men rise. Stop running from pain. Pain is the best teacher you will ever have. Every great man you admire became who he is because of pain. He faced heartbreak, betrayal, failure, and instead of crying about it, he used it as fuel. When life hurts, you have two choices. You either sit and complain or you get up and grow. Most men choose to complain, and that's why they stay broke, weak, and invisible. But a few men, the rare ones, they channel that pain into progress. They hit the gym, they work harder, they build something that the world cannot ignore. Pain is not your enemy, it's the fire that will forge you into the man you were meant to be. Another reason you're stuck is because you care too much about what people think. You post on social media just to get likes. You wear clothes not because you like them, but because you want others to approve. You hide your dreams because you're scared people will laugh. Let me tell you something. They're going to judge you no matter what you do. If you stay broke, they'll call you a loser. If you get rich, they'll call you arrogant. So stop living for them and start living for you. Men who chase validation stay small forever. Men who chase greatness make the world validate them by force. Discipline is the line that separates men who win from men who stay forgotten. Most people live their lives like slaves to whatever they feel at the moment. They wake up and think, do I feel like working today? Do I feel like training today? And when the answer is no, they stay in bed. That's why they never change. That's why they stay broke, weak, and invisible. The truth is simple. Your emotions are unreliable. They lie to you every day. They tell you to quit when you should push. They tell you to rest when you should grind. They tell you to hide when you should fight. If you live based on feelings, you'll never get anywhere worth going. Discipline is different. Discipline is a promise you make to yourself that no matter how you feel, you will do what you said you would do. It is the ability to wake up early even when you're tired, to work when you'd rather scroll, to keep fighting even when life is punching you in the face. That's the real difference between losers and winners. Winners do not wait to feel motivated. They act, and motivation follows later. The man who lives with discipline wins because he becomes unstoppable. Every time you ignore your feelings and take action, you build mental armor. You train your brain to obey you instead of controlling you. That's when you become dangerous, because most men can't even control what they eat, when they sleep, or how they spend their time. Discipline is rare, and that's why it's powerful. When you master discipline, you separate yourself from the crowd instantly. Everyone else is crying about how hard life is, and you're too busy building a life worth living. Discipline is not easy, but nothing great ever is. If you only work hard when you feel good, you will stay average forever. If you work hard even when you feel terrible, there is nothing on earth that can stop you. That's the man you must become, a man whose actions are not dictated by feelings, but by purpose, by mission, by vision. Because when you let discipline run your life, success becomes inevitable. Pain is not here to destroy you, it's here to make you. But most men run from pain like it's the enemy, and that's why they stay weak. Pain is the gym for your soul. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every failure is life's way of giving you a choice. You either let it break you, or you let it build you. The truth is, pain is the most honest teacher you will ever meet. It doesn't sugarcoat, it doesn't lie, it doesn't care about your excuses. Pain shows you exactly who you are. When you lose everything, when you get rejected, when you fall flat on your face, that's when you meet your real self. And most people don't like what they see, so they numb it, they hide from it. They distract themselves with entertainment, food, alcohol, anything to avoid facing reality. But that's the trap. The men who rise to greatness take that pain and use it as fuel. They get cheated on and hit the gym twice as hard. They fail in business and build again, smarter, sharper, hungrier. They get rejected and come back so powerful that the same people who doubted them are forced to respect them. Pain is not punishment, it's preparation. It is the fire that burns away your weakness and forges the version of you that can actually handle success. Because make no mistake, success isn't for the soft. Success demands a strong man who has been through hell and refused to break. That's why every man who has achieved greatness has a painful story. You have to stop crying about why life is unfair. Life is supposed to hurt. Growth hurts, becoming strong hurts, discipline hurts, but that pain is shaping you into someone unrecognizable. Every rep that burns, every lonely night you spend working, every risk that keeps you awake, that's the process of transformation. Most men never get there because they quit the second they feel uncomfortable. They tap out. They choose comfort over growth. That's why pain will always separate the weak from the strong. If you can learn to love pain, to smile when life tests you, you will be unstoppable. Because pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. You choose whether pain is the excuse for your failure or the reason for your success. Most of the reason you're stuck where you are is because you care too much about what everyone else thinks. You spend your life performing for an audience that doesn't even care about you. You dress to impress people you don't like. You post pictures online just to get likes from people who won't even show up if your life falls apart. You hold back on your dreams because you're scared someone might laugh at you. This need for validation is a prison, and you're the one holding the keys. When you chase approval, you give away your power. You start living someone else's life, following someone else's rules, trying to fit into someone else's box. And here's the truth, no matter what you do, they're going to talk. If you stay broke, they'll call you lazy. If you get rich, they'll call you greedy. If you stay quiet, they'll call you weak. If you speak up, they'll call you arrogant. So why on earth would you live for their opinion? The man who wins in life is the man who stops caring about validation and starts chasing greatness for himself. You must understand that respect is not given, it's forced. When you build yourself into a man of value, when you have results, when you have strength, money, and power, the world has no choice but to notice. Validation becomes irrelevant because your life speaks for itself. People are naturally drawn to men who don't seek approval. They can smell self-respect. When you stop begging for their attention, you become the kind of man who commands it without asking. Seeking validation is weakness. It makes you predictable, easy to manipulate, easy to control. The second you stop needing anyone's approval, you become free. Free to take risks, free to speak your mind, free to live exactly how you want. That's why most men never break out of mediocrity. They're too scared of what their friends, their family, or some stranger online might say. You must kill that fear. You must be willing to be misunderstood, laughed at, hated, because the price of freedom is being willing to stand alone. The moment you stop living for their validation is the moment you start living for your own mission. That's when everything changes. People will call you selfish at first, but eventually they'll call you successful. There's a war happening inside you right now, whether you admit it or not. Every day, you wake up with two voices fighting for control. One voice is weak, lazy, emotional. It tells you to sleep a little longer, to skip the workout, to take it easy, to avoid risk. The other voice is strong, disciplined, relentless. It tells you to get up, to push harder, to do the work even when you don't feel like it. The battle between those two voices is the most important fight of your life, and every choice you make feeds one side or the other. Most men lose this war before they even step out of bed. They listen to the weak voice, they obey their feelings, and they spend their whole lives wondering why nothing changes. Winning the war inside you means choosing the hard path on purpose. It means silencing the excuses that pop up in your mind and doing what needs to be done no matter what. Your mind will always look for the easy way out. That's its job. But greatness doesn't live on the easy path. Greatness is found where it's hard, where it's painful, where most men quit. The weak part of you will beg you to stay comfortable. It will remind you of your failures. It will tell you that you're not good enough. It will whisper every reason why you should give up. But you can't listen. You must kill that voice every single day. The war inside you is not a one-time battle. It's every morning, every decision, every moment of weakness when no one is watching. And the truth is, no one else can fight it for you. Nobody can make you disciplined. Nobody can make you strong. You have to fight for yourself. You have to decide that the man you want to become is worth more than the man you are right now. You have to win small battles every day, waking up early, training hard, staying focused, saying no to distractions until the strong side of you becomes your default setting. When you finally win the war inside, the outside world becomes easy. Life bends to your will because you've already conquered the hardest enemy yourself. And once you reach that level of control, you are unstoppable. The man who has mastered his own mind is a man who cannot be defeated by anything or anyone. The world does not respect harmless men. Nobody fears a man who poses no threat. Nobody listens to a man who cannot fight back. Nobody admires a man who is easily broken. If you want to be respected, you have to become dangerous. Not dangerous in a reckless, stupid way, dangerous in the way that people can feel your presence when you walk into a room. Dangerous in the sense that no one dares to disrespect you because they know what you're capable of. A man's power is not measured by how nice he is. It's measured by how much chaos he can control. The man who is strong, disciplined, skilled, and focused is a man who is feared by his enemies and respected by everyone else. To become dangerous, you have to build yourself into a weapon. Build a strong body not just for looks, but because a weak body creates a weak mind. Train until you know you can protect yourself and the people you care about. Build financial strength. Money gives you freedom, and freedom makes you untouchable. Build your mind. Read, learn, sharpen your thinking until no one can manipulate you. When you combine strength, intelligence, and discipline, you become the kind of man who cannot be ignored. Most men today are harmless because they are addicted to comfort. They avoid confrontation, they avoid risk, they avoid anything that might hurt, and that's why the world steps on them. But when you become dangerous, when you develop the ability to fight, to endure, to outwork everyone, suddenly the world treats you differently. Opportunities open up. People respect you. Even your enemies hesitate before coming at you. Being unstoppable means that no matter what life throws at you, failure, heartbreak, betrayal, loss, you keep moving forward. Nothing can break a man who refuses to stop. You might slow down, you might fall, you might bleed, but you do not quit. That kind of man is rare, and that's why he wins. If you want to dominate life, stop trying to be liked and start becoming someone who cannot be ignored. Become the man who inspires fear in the weak, hope in the lost, and respect in everyone who crosses his path. That's what it means to be dangerous. That's what it means to be unstoppable. Listen carefully. This is the part where you decide who you really are. Life is not waiting for you. Every day you hesitate. Every day you give in to weakness. Every day you let your emotions control you, you are falling behind. You are either building yourself into a man worthy of respect or letting yourself rot into someone forgettable. There is no middle ground. You have one life, one chance to make it count. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to drag you out of bed. Nobody is going to hand you discipline, hand you money, hand you power. You either take it or you stay broke, weak, invisible. The man you want to be is waiting on the other side of pain, on the other side of fear, on the other side of every excuse you've ever told yourself. The war is not out there, the war is inside you. And the moment you win it, the world will bow to you. So leave the feelings to the girls. Stop crying, stop waiting, stop hoping for luck to find you. Stand up, take control, work harder than you've ever worked. Get stronger than you've ever been. Force the universe to respect you by becoming someone it cannot ignore. Your future self is watching. One day you will meet him, and he will either thank you or hate you. The choice is yours. This is your time. This is your shot. Don't waste it. Become dangerous. Become unstoppable. Become the man you were born to be.